What's up, guys? Dante, aka Game Fit Fit of All Game Set, back with another Dramascripted. And on this Dramascripted, I'm gonna give you the breakdown on the most noticeable things from the WWE draft. It was a 2-9 event, but before we get into that, I'm gonna go over the ratings from last week, not to get confused with last night's Raw and tonight's NXT, because obviously those ratings aren't released yet, but I don't want any confusion. But last week's Raw got 1.8 million, NXT 2.0 was 647,000, and AEW was 663,000, and SmackDown with, always the highest rated show now with 2.5 million. And let's go on with the notable draft changes on day one, which was on Friday night SmackDown. Okay, so the first overall pick was the Bloodline, but it was only 3 people, and it was Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, and the Wise Men. Then Bianca Belair's going to SmackDown. So they did the same thing that they did a while ago. They just swapped titles. So Bianca's on SmackDown and Rhea staying on Raw. So indirectly we got what we wanted for Rhea to have the Raw's Women's Championship. Odd, but okay. Yeah, Edge gets drafted back to Friday Night SmackDown. Edge is one of the all-time top stars on SmackDown, so it's good to see Edge back on the blue brand. Bobby Lashley is on SmackDown. The AJ Styles made his return on SmackDown, and the Club is back on SmackDown. AJ Styles, Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, and mentioned they're all on blue brand. Damage Control, I thought they were on the brinks of breaking them up. They're on SmackDown, and then we got an NXT call-up. We got a Bay of Fire and Elisa Dawn. They're now on SmackDown, so they got called up from NXT to be on SmackDown. There was a lot of changes. Then for Raw, first pick for Raw, they snagged Cody. So Cody staying on Raw, Becky staying on Raw. The Imperium got drafted to Raw, so the Intercontinental Champion, Ludwig and Giovanni, they're all going to Raw, which means that, you guessed it, on Monday Night Raw last night, Austin Theory got drafted to SmackDown. Matt Riddle's staying, Drew is staying, The Miz is staying. Shinsuke Nakamura's a new change. Shinsuke Nakamura will now be on Monday Night Raw instead of SmackDown. And then we got another call-up. Indy Hartwell is now a part of Monday Night Raw, which NXT is going to be very, very interesting tonight, because half of the talent that have belts got drafted. So the women's tag, the women's NXT tag got drafted, got called up, and then Indy Hartwell got called up. She's the women's champ. So like that. Viking Raiders are back on Raw. That's all right. That's Lumis staying. Candice LeRae is staying. Maximum Male Models are staying on Raw. Zoe Stark, another call up. So she made it from NXT. Now she's on Raw. Apollo Crews, a Reap call up, because that Nigerian king prince thing that they had him doing, and then like his last feud is with like a feud with Big E, and then he just wound up and back in NXT. That was the best thing that they ever did with Apollo Crews. Like, that was literally the best thing that they did with Apollo Crews. Then he wound up back on NXT, and now he's back on Raw. Natty's back on Raw. Sonya Deville and Kessler Green down Raw. Hit Row staying on SmackDown. Lacey Evans on SmackDown. So, yeah, those were your major changes. Pretty Deadly got drafted, so Pretty Deadly's got called up. They're going to be on SmackDown, and Jason Wilder got called up, so he is also going to be on SmackDown. It's like you can have the Miz show, and now you can have the Waller effect. Miz show on Monday, you can have the Jason Waller effect on Friday. Perfectly balanced. Latino World Order is on SmackDown. Jimmy and Jay, even though they were drafted separately, I guess they wanted to tease us with some type of separation from the Bloodline. And then Jimmy and Jay. So all Bloodlines on SmackDown. Jimmy and Jay eventually did get drafted to the blue brand. So all of the Bloodline and all this controversy is on SmackDown. So Sami Zayn got drafted to Raw along with Kevin Owens, which is weird because Kevin Owens was on Raw, but Sami Zayn was on SmackDown. Now they're together, so they're both on Raw now, which is kind of weird. I feel like they have to do both shows, along with Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan, because they got drafted to Raw as well, but they have the women's tag team titles. And Triple H didn't announce a new tag team belt, and they didn't divide the tag team belts. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens still have both. Speaking on that, Street Profits back on SmackDown. So Montez Ford doesn't have to worry about being away from his wife. Neither does Seth Rollins. Triple H at least kept the couples together. Shout out to Triple H for doing that. You the man. So yeah, that was the draft in a nutshell. It didn't really shake things up. Charlotte stays on SmackDown. Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler goes to Raw. Said the draft was gonna shake things up. This was just looked like more of an opportunity to bring a lot of people from NXT back to the main roster, which I have no problem in doing that. That's actually perfect. I feel like the draft should be utilized that every year, but it didn't really like shake things up. Jinder Mahal and his stable, and Veer is back on Monday Night Raw. They really dropped the ball with Veer. I thought Veer was going to be like the next big scary thing, and Veer never came. No, Veer came for like 2 weeks, and then we got nothing out of that. And then they put him back on NXT, and then they put him with some other person with Jinder Mahal. And now Jinder Mahal has his own stable, and now they're all on Monday Night Raw. So we got to wait and see where this goes. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna wrap up the draft. I don't like how Paul Heyman was making hints about how that new World Heavyweight title will look good around Roman Reigns' race. I'm letting you know, guys, right now, here right now. If Roman Reigns winds up winning that title, I'm just not gonna watch. I'm not gonna watch WWE programming. Well, let me not say that. I'm not gonna watch Raw and SmackDown because I'll still watch NXT. And if they dead ass give Roman all 3 belts, because this is outrageous. I now I'm starting to think that they're trying to recreate the thing that Kenny Omega did when Kenny Omega had all the belts. He had the Impact belt, he had the AEW belt, he had the AAA belt. I'm starting to think that they're trying to recreate that, but in their own way. Since when you're signed to WWE, you can only wrestle in WWE. I'm starting to think that they're trying to recreate that, but it's like 2 totally different things. So yeah, I don't know. Well, that's gonna wrap this up for this week's Dramascripted. Well, actually, you guys are gonna get 2 Dramascripteds this week, because this one was late due to the fact that I wanted to finish the full draft, and then you're gonna get the new one eventually. No promises, but eventually on Sunday. So, but yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'm Dante, aka Phenom of All Games, and I'm out of here. Be safe, everyone. Later, and peace.